I'd always shared with this person, like, you know, my dreams of being down there, this is amazing, like, because we're together, like, I thought about it all the time.
Right.
And so I wanted to, like, share that with somebody, and somebody I knew, right? So then we ended up getting back together, right? And all that stuff. But part of that, like, she was always out in the bars, like, drinking, partying, dancing, and I wasn't that guy. I was the guy standing in the corner sipping on the water, like, never talking to anybody because I was so shy.
Yeah.
So I started having thoughts of, like, you know, I want to try ecstasy and stuff like that, just to see what it was like, because, you know, from what I had heard, like, it's a sexual drug, like, all that kind of thing, right? So, you know, I go down to California, you know, I'm there by myself. I got on Battle Dome as soon as I got there.
Really?
Yeah. After 2 weeks of being down there, like, I did an audition and then got on Battle Dome. So now I'm on this TV show.
Wow.
You know, living in California. But, so it was great, but, you know, I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody, like, to share it with. You know, like, I'm going to the gym twice a day, 3 times a day sometimes because I had nothing else to do.
Right.
But in that other time, like, you know, you're sitting there in your own thoughts. Like, alone, like, some sort of depression, right? Like, my family's not around, no friends. So, yeah, like, that's when I went down the wrong path. And then, so here I am, you know, growing up, small town farm boy, you know, I looked up to these guys down there. Like, that's what I wanted to be, you know? Like, from what I saw in the magazines, these people lived the life. They had nice cars, like you know, like,
women all over them too, probably.
So, you know, that's what I envisioned my life to be. Like, I'm going to be a pro bodybuilder. I'm going to be different. I'm going to be famous, right? I'm going to go all the way. And then I go down there, and, like, it was a big slap in the face because it's nothing what I thought.
Right.
Like, majority of them were all drug addicts, right? They're hooked on something called Nubane, which is an injectable opiate. That they give. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I mean,
these are the bodybuilders, or this is just everyone that you kind of came across?
Most of the bodybuilders.
Most of the bodybuilders are hooked on this injectable opiate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that was my first experience with opiates.
So you got into that too?
Yeah. So one person that I idolized down there and looked up to. And I thought, like, had this fantastic life, you know, sponsored, living the dream, training, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, when I actually got to know them, like, this person lived in a bachelor apartment, didn't have a car, was riding, like, a scooter to the gym.
Really?
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I remember calling my mom back home, and I'm like, this is not.
This is a lie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I was so disappointed because I'm like, I don't want to be like them. Like, this is really disappointing.
So, was it just a show? Like, what made you think that it was so glamorous? Is it because of how the images appeared in some of the magazines they were in and how they were portrayed? Yeah,
because there was no Facebook or websites back then.
Right. Well, even then, those are filled with lies too, right? Those are still highlight reels.
Yeah.
For the most part as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could rent a fucking Ferrari and hire a couple girls to stand by it and look pretty cool too. Right.
But so that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I had this image in my mind of what I thought that life would be, right? And like, I was going to get sponsored. I was going to, like, all that, because I'd already been in the magazines as it was, right? Like, when I did that first show, or before I did my first show, Robert Kennedy, the owner of Muscle Mag, actually came down to London and did a photo shoot at my parents' place on the farm.
Wow!
And it was like, you had like all the apple trees in the background. I'm posing, like, some of those are on my Facebook.
Yeah,
that's when I was 20 years old.
Oh my god!
So that was huge, right?
Yeah.
So I started getting in the magazines when I was younger, before I'd even done shows. Like, you know, this was huge.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, like, I'm going somewhere.
Right. Yeah.
So to go down there and like see what it was really about was so disappointing and so just disheartening, right? And seeing for what it was, and then, you know, so now I'm down there, I'm like lonely, no one to talk to. I ended up injuring myself. So this person gave me my first shot of opiates,
right?
And, you know, and he's like, "Be careful, like, these are really addictive." And I'm like, "No, I don't have an addictive personality."
Right? Sure, yeah. Everyone says that.
Yeah,
yeah.
And so, you know, that's how it started. Like, you just start filling the time. It got more and more and more.
Really?
And like, yeah, and then, you know, down there, and then getting on the 2000 Music Billboard Awards. So I did like a thing down there, and like I did some other acting things and commercials when I was there.
Cool.
And so when we went up there, and like we stayed at the MGM Grand, that was my first experience with like ecstasy and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, it was memorable.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
and so I mean, that's where things changed and turned.
Wow. Right? So you go down there to kind of, I mean, in all fairness, man, those are some pretty cool accomplishments. Like, I mean, I know it maybe not what you thought it was going to be like, but you're still getting little bits that people are like, would still die to be on. I mean, at least your story now is saying that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Yeah. But someone probably watched you on Battle Dome, saw how big you were, and saw what you were doing, was like, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, so you were doing some things that probably inspired people. Maybe it wasn't where you kind of direct them to be now, but you still did some cool stuff. So that's exciting. I mean, you should still be proud of yourself for doing some of those things.
Yeah.
I know that there maybe it's, looking back, it's not quite what you expected, but they're pretty cool. So
I have done a lot.
Yeah. So I just don't want you to. I don't want you to underplay those accomplishments, right? So you started this injectable, and you started sort of partying. Like, was this like an after party kind of thing where you tried your first pill? I mean, you don't have to get into specifics, but being down there is where the drug experimentation really happened, and it was with some of the people you idolized.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I mean, you have to, like, some of these people specifically, like, when I came back to Canada, like a few years later, like, I was watching a documentary on two specific people, and they had taken their assistant out to the desert and burned her in the trunk of her car.
What the fuck?
I partied with these people. Like,
are you serious?
Wow. Like, I was like,
Wow.
So it was like, crazy. I was watching this and it was so surreal. I'm like, I know these people. Like,
really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Craig Titus and Kelly Ryan?
No. Jesus.
So like, they just got far off in the drugs. There was like a chase from like California to like New York. And
you partied with these people? Oh my god, man.
So all these bodybuilders that were, the injectable opiates that you were mentioning, how did that like mesh with their fitness lives? Like, because I imagine,
how did you get the energy?
How? Like, if they're doing that kind of stuff, how are they staying fit? Like,
well, there's more like when you're that extreme and training that long, like your body takes a beating, right? So like injuries and that basically how it starts, right? So same as if somebody was in an accident and they get prescribed it up here and they're bedridden for a while, like it's typically how it starts, right? Yeah. So there's obviously, for whatever reason, it started, but then and even myself, like when I did it, like I would go to the gym, and then when I got home at night, and I'm just like, I'm just going to take a little bit to relax, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, there's no way I could drive on this. There's no way I could go to the gym, right?
Right.
But it progresses, and then it was like, okay, I would do it in the afternoon between my workouts, and then wait a little bit, and then go to the gym, and then do it at night, and then it just became
your tolerance built up too. Yeah.
Every 4 hours, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of raised my voice when I heard opiates because I know how addictive opiates can be. Like, I hear so many people that get injured, and it's like that. It's like, it's so addictive.
Yeah, so. They are extremely. I've heard that's the one thing that I've done ecstasy, I've done coke. I've never really I've done GHB, but I've never gone down the path of crack, crystal meth, or opiates for the reason that people say you do it once and you're hooked. And I was, for me at least, I did one smart thing in my day and actually listened to that. But you agree that they're obviously very addictive. Is that the drug that ended you up in rehab?
Yep.
Yeah, it is, eh?
So when I came back from California, so my first experience with other things, when I first came back, between the 2 years of Battle Dome, like, I came back to London, so now everyone's just like, I got on Roger's talk show, like I was on like TSN.
Yeah.
Like I was a big deal.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Kid comes from London, like I hadn't got my pro card yet, so but I was on the process to get there. It was huge, like on this TV show, right?
Right.
So I come back, but now I've started getting into the party drugs. I come back to the scene. I'm out now at the bars, dancing around, having a blast.
Right.
What's going on with this guy? I'm just like, man, I'm just
having fun. I didn't do this when I was younger. Yeah.
So in one way, like I don't regret it at all because it did help me come out of my shell, right? Which I needed to, right? So it did give me like a self-confidence or some sort of like fake confidence in a way.
Yeah, the drugs did.
Yeah, for sure. And still, like I didn't know about what addiction was or like anything like about that yet, right?
Yeah.
And so I went back to California, did another year of Battle Dome, and then it got canceled. Came back to London, And then I got my pro card by this time, and then I was getting ready for my very first pro show, the Night of Champions.
What does it take to get a pro card, just so that people know? Because it's pretty intense, right?
It's really difficult in Canada.
Yeah. So what did you have to go through? That's the IFBB Pro, is that what that is? Yeah.
So you have like a level 1, level 2, level 3, which it was back then. So like a local show, your regional, your Ontario's, and the nationals. So you have to win nationals to get your pro card.
Really?
For only one person a year.
When I did mine, like I did my first show in '96. So I won heavyweights and overalls. Then level 2, I won heavyweights and overalls. Then I did level 3, I won heavyweights and overalls. And then I did my first nationals. And this was kind of, fits in the story with my first blow to the ego. Really, like I was ready for the show. I was 280 some odd pounds, in great shape. I just won all 3 shows that I'd done year after year. Right, so you were unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, and thinking, okay, I'm going out to the nationals. Like, I've got a good shot. Like, definitely top 3, top 5, and I don't even get looked at.
Really?
Yeah. So that was my first kind of experience with the politics of bodybuilding, right? And like seeing how you got to put in your dues. Like they already had their top 5 guys picked out before the show even started because they competed so many times, and it was this guy's turn because he got second for the last 3 years in a row. So now it's his turn. So they had already chosen really who was that. Like I didn't get called out or looked at all.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
And you're in your best shape you've ever been in.
Yeah.
Pretty much, in your mind anyway.
Yeah, I was the biggest and heaviest there too, right?
You're the biggest and heaviest guy in the whole place. Fuck.
So I mean that really hit hard. Like I didn't understand it. I remember leaving, the morning show and sitting in the van and I broke down crying. Like I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So I didn't understand it. So, then that takes you back to low self-esteem. What is wrong with me? Like I did everything I possibly could, never cheated on the diet, did cardio, what's going on here?
Right.
So I ended up doing, I had to do nationals 4 times before I got my pro card.
4 times.
Wow. Yeah. And even on...
And it's only once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4...
And then even on the year that I did get it in 2002, that was the first year that they actually gave out a second pro card for somebody that they thought would have the best potential to do something really well with it. So I went into the show, I was 297 or something like that, in the best shape I'd ever been in.
Sure.
At this point I'd been at the Nationals quite a few times.
You have some experience.
Yeah. It was in Toronto. There was another guy there that, we'd always kind of battled it out.
Yeah.
Mike Platts was his name.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a 30 to 40 pound difference between us, right?
Really?
So anyways, I remember going into the show and even he had come up to me and he's like, man, whatever you did this year, you got it. He already in his mind believed that I had won and everybody else did too. So at the night show when we got called out and they announced it, I got second.
Really?
And he was shocked. He kind of looked at me and was like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. And then I was pissed off.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding.
And there was an uproar in the theater. People were throwing things at the judges.
Really?
It was really bad.
Oh my God.
It was so obvious, right? But again, the politics, you've done so many shows before, sponsored by Muscle Tech. That show was, whatever. They put the show on, so he was their athlete. You know what I mean?
Sure. I see. Okay.
So, I walked off stage, I was so pissed off.
This is bullshit,
right?
Yeah.
And the one promoter came back and was just like, no, just relax, Scott. There's going to be something else happening, or whatever. So then they called me back out, and that's when they offered or said, we want to give a second pro card to this person who thinks has the best potential.
Really?
So I got my pro card, but in my mind, I never won it.
Right. You felt like a consolation prize almost. Wow.
Right? So again, I'm not good enough.
Fuck, man.
So that keeps playing into low self-esteem or driving for more. What else can I do? That perfectionism part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So after the pro card there, I was getting ready for the Night of Champions, and this is really when my life really took a turn. Right. So I'm a week out. I'm 313 pounds. People were talking this kid from Canada. There was like talk that I could have got top 3, top 5 at the night champions, which is a huge show, right?
Okay.
So I'm on my way home from a tan on a Friday night or something, and like I think it was like a kilometer